现在我们要去一个蘑菇农场去参观。
这家农场的名字叫 The Fungi Guy， 它位于安省南部的 Pelham 小镇。那目前这是一家非常小型的蘑菇农场，它的经营者 Nick 曾经是一家大麻公司的种植经理。近几年加拿大的大麻行业状态非常的不景气。Nick 所工作的农场在今年年初宣布了停产。从那时起呢，他便开始了自己的蘑菇种植创业之路。
好，现在我们到这儿了。这曾经是一个 berry farm， 现在已经没有在经营状态了。Wow, this is a big property. Yeah, feel like countryside. It's a beautiful house.
Nick 告诉我，这个场地呢是他的一位朋友借用给他的。那听说呢，这家农场也曾经有过它的辉煌，由于后期继承它的人没有好好的经营，现在它基本上是处于一个荒废的状态。
Yeah, so they used to actually have a restaurant here. It's called the Tea Room, and then there's a veranda off to the side here where they can actually sit. I think maybe like 60, 70 people. So you can have like,
It's kind of waste, really, sitting here
yeah,
and not using it.
Yeah, no kidding.
yeah.
这边还有一些农场主自制的果酱和酒。
Are those fruits all from their farm?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
everything's
see.
grown here.
What do you have those for?
So this is propane for the pressure cookers. So we have to
Oh.
sterilize all of the media and grain,
I see.
and so it uses a lot of propane.
Wow.
Nick 说，这种消毒方式是暂时的，之后呢，他会进行一些改进。
It's going to be electric.
Yeah,
Right now everything's done by gas.
I see. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I know you.
那现在我们跟 Nick 到里面来看一下。
Thanks for letting me have this tour.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming by. I'd love to show the place off.
It can be like a. What is it?
It's 50% soy hull and 50% hardwood sawdust.
I see.
So this gets hydrated to our proper moisture percentage,
Yeah.
and then it goes in these.
那首先要做的就是将这些种植媒介进行彻底的消毒。
And it's sterilized at 15 psi for 4 hours to ensure that we have sterile media to inoculate with our cultures.
I see. Cool. How did you figure out this all by yourself?
YouTube. I read some books too, like I read Paul Stamets, growing medicinal and gourmet mushrooms.
Yeah.
Paul Stamets is the guy when it comes to mushrooms.
I
And
see.
So yeah, after doing some research, I was experimenting a little bit in a little room upstairs,
I see.
and then went and did a mentorship in BC.
I heard that. Yeah.
And then once I
Cool.
did that, I had a good kind of understanding of the process start to finish, and then
Yeah.
Started my farm after that.
You wouldn't believe like what this place looked like before Nick like
Wow.
built all those rooms, like the whole
Yeah,
ceiling,
it was an empty barn
plastic. It's all
covered in garbage.
Even the top, you put it up.
Everything. There's an attic up there. Yeah.
接下来，Nick 向我详细的介绍了种植蘑菇的全过程。
In Petri dish. So this is a agar and a nutrient-rich solution. So the cultures are grown out in a petri dish, and once you see that the mycelium has covered the complete surface of the petri dish, that's how you know it's ready to go. And then from here we go to bond jar. So it's a small jar with rye grains, and what we do is we sterilize this in the autoclave, and then it gets inoculated with the petri dish. So one petri dish will make 2 of these jars, and then once you see these jars completely covered in mycelium and completely colonized, I transfer one of these jars to 2 5-pound spawn bags that are over here. So you can see some that are just beginning on the colonization process. So these were done on the 11th. So one of those jars would have been split in half between 2 of these bags. You can see after a short amount of time, the mycelium starts to spread throughout the bag. And these ones were done just 2 days earlier on the 9th, and you can see the bag is covered. So these are pretty much ready to use. And then one of these bags will go into 25 to 30 of the sawdust. So the bags that you saw downstairs
I see.
in the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
These will sit for about 2 weeks. I have some out there we can look at that have been sitting. And then once this is completely colonized, then we cut a slit, and then that's where the mushroom goes out in the grower. So like 90% of the process is before we even fruit the mushroom. the mushroom is the last 10% of the process. So it's crucial that we have all these steps in place and it's sterile to that point, because growing the mushroom, I would say, is the easier part, where all of the attention to detail comes into play for sure. Almost fully colonized. So you can see these ones were done on the 18th, and these ones were done on the 17th. So anywhere where a piece of grain is, you can see the mycelium kind of explode off into the sawdust. And this is kind of what we want to see for 6 days. Like this is really good growth. That's really what we want to see after. And then they go into the grow room.
对于蘑菇的种植，到这里为止，90%的生产工作就已经完成了。那剩下的那10%是在蘑菇种植室里发生的，也是我最感兴趣的部分。
Basically, all it is a room with fresh air flowing through.
Ooh.
So we monitor humidity and CO2. So mushrooms need a lot of fresh air, or else you'll get long stemmy mushrooms. You won't get really nice big caps. And they need a lot of humidity so that they can grow.
I
So in
see.
here, this is our oyster room right now. Lots of tree oysters. Here's some blue oysters.
Wow.
And quite a few elm oysters as well.
Oh my.
Aren't they cute when they first start?
They're beautiful.
So we take
Okay.
the bags, we bring them in here, and we cut the slit, like I said. And then after about 7 days, what you see here, we call it pins or primordia. And then a few days after that, you'll have a full cluster of mushrooms.
Wow, did you build all those shells by yourself too?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Actually, Corey helped me.
You did?
Yeah.
Something.
So, yeah,
内
this
克
is
告
all
诉我
oysters.，
对于蘑菇品种的选择，它还在一个探索的阶段。
Which varieties work best in which room.
那目前呢，农场现有的品种有 Elm Oyster 鱼评估、Blue Oyster 蓝评估、Tree Oyster 树评估、Lion's Mane 猴头菇、Shiitake 冬菇。
Yeah, so on the left here, these are lion's mane. So you can see it's very different looking blocks. So you have some oysters here, lion's mane and shiitake. And the mycelium is completely different on all three. So the lion's mane, it's really wispy, and you don't really get any white until you cut it open. There's some nice lion's mane forming right there. And in about 3-4 days, we should have harvestable fruits. Lion's mane is just like a
Lion's
big
mane.
ball. It's a really meaty mushroom. Like people use it as a meat alternative.
Yeah,
'Cause you can grill it. You can do so many things with it.
I see.
And it's like a beginner mushroom because it doesn't have that strong mushroom flavor.
I see.
So it's a good introduction mushroom for a lot of people. And then yeah, these
Wow,
are-
look at this. This is beautiful. This can be ornamental.
yeah, in the middle
Yeah.
on that side you can see there's a couple blocks that have a lot on them.
Wow.
These will be ready to harvest tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is so
Yeah.
cool. Are they ready? This
Yeah,
is the size you
tomorrow I'm
want.
gonna harvest these. They take a long time to harvest because you have to cut each one.
Wow. These are so cute. I love
And these
the
are some blue oysters just starting too.
So, from the beginning, you put them here. How long does it take to harvest?
10 days?
10 days.
10
That's
days?
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Once
grow
they
so
go in
fast.
here, they grow fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I see.
then, so they double in size every 12 hours. These mushrooms you see today will be
Yeah.
as big as, like, if you go in the middle over here, see this one?
Yeah.
They'll be like that tomorrow. So
why-
I come in the morning and I harvest, and then when I leave, I harvest again. Because if I wait till the next day, sometimes the stuff is way too overdone.
I see.
That's how fast it grows, yeah.
Wow. How many times do you harvest it?
So you can do it. So
From
this
this
is the
one
thing.
bag.
You can do it 4 or 5 times. You can do harvests. Your yield is going to be like diminished each harvest, but your chance of contamination increases with each harvest. So on a commercial scale, I really only want to do maybe 2 flushes, and then I retire the blocks. I throw them out.
Okay.
Everything has to get put outside in the compost, broken up. This whole room gets sanitized, similar to like turning around a greenhouse, and then it gets filled back up again in the same day.
I see.
Yeah.
And the thing you throw out is just compost. You cannot use
Compost.
it
It's
again.
actually, you can use it in your garden. It is like the most sought after fertile compost that you can buy, and it actually starts like a mycorrhizae symbiotic relationship in your garden between other plants. It's supposed to be really good for it. Guys actually buy it, so I'm hoping that once I have a lot of it, I can start selling it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you guys need some for your garden next year, let me know. Or some
Sure.
plants, yeah. Come. Yeah, I'm hoping to expand to outside, so do hoop houses, like and do some seasonal mushrooms, which would be nice. experiment a little bit and see what happens. So this is our first year now. We could do about 300 pounds a week with the space that we're in right now. Maybe 400 pounds a week, and I'm hoping to get that to 1,000 pounds a week by the end of next year. Working on my website right now, but my Instagram is up and running. So I try not to waste anything at all. So these are all elm oysters and blue oyster mushrooms that have been dehydrated.
那新鲜的蘑菇呢，不是很容易保存。对于那些没有及时卖出去的蘑菇，Nick将它们进行了风干处理。那对于喜欢吃干蘑菇的客户，这也是不错的选择。这样也可以在一定程度上延长它的货架时间，减少浪费。临走时，Nick还送了我一盒蘑菇。
So what is the name of those varieties?
This is a elm oyster, tree oyster, and blue oyster.
那这些蘑菇呢，味道特别鲜美。用了1年的时间，Nick一个人从零开始创建了一个这样的蘑菇农场。我想认真做事的人运气都不会差，愿他的生意越做越好。
Mushrooms, 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 mushrooms.